Welcome to We Watch Stupid. I'm Roxy.
And I'm Diana. Today we're going over season 10 of 90 Day Fiance, episode 17. You may now kiss the bride. If she shows up.
Truly. Do you think Anali's going to show up? Or is it a big fake out?
I think it's a big fake out. But at the same time, it's super rude to be late. I hope she doesn't.
Like, what a shitty way to be late. Like, sorry, I was having an existential crisis about whether or not I should marry you. So shitty.
Yeah.
Just let her have a dick in her face before she has one weird penis for the rest of her life. God, Clayton, you suck.
He does suck. Should we jump into them?
Sure.
So she calls her mom. She's having this existential crisis because Clayton got so upset that there was a stripper at a bachelorette party, even though it was Brandy, Clayton's sister's doing. And Anali is upset because she doesn't want to have this like continued questioning, this continued Claytonness in her life. How else would you explain it?
She doesn't want to have the ick forever. Well, yeah, he's like, if he doesn't understand something or if he doesn't like something, he just can't let it go.
Yeah.
And she doesn't want to live in a relational pattern where that's going on and on and on. I think that's something important to think about before you get married. Maybe they could have gone to, like premarital counseling and figured this out. Maybe they'll go to marriage counseling afterward, but huge red flag.
Yeah.
Huge red flag.
And so she wanted to take the night by herself just to decompress, think clearly. He was not on board with it at first, but so she was able to take the night. She calls her mom. I don't really have much to say about that conversation with her mom.
I was curious the last time she talked to her mom, because her mom seemed a little confused about everything.
Yes, you're right.
Because like it didn't seem like her mom understood that this was like a pattern, or like maybe Anali hadn't talked to her before. Maybe she had and her mom just like doesn't give a fuck. It really seemed like her mom didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, it did. But also this, like, I don't know how she would have gotten her mom's advice or seek some sort of comfort from her mom without telling her that the issue was about a stripper. But I would not tell my mom that.
Oh yeah, she did tell her. I like that her mom is like, you didn't do anything wrong. I guess this family loves hogs just flip flapping around. And
pro stripper.
Yeah, that's a great family legacy. The mom says she'd be throwing away 2 years and she has to keep moving forward. So part of that makes me think makes me believe that maybe Anali is maybe more in it for the green card. I hate assuming that about people, but like, I don't understand why you would go through all this with Clayton for nothing. He's not a prize.
No, he's not. So give her the green card. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
She's been through enough.
Yeah. So Clayton sends a voice memo
that dried my vagina up into a desert.
Was it the words he was saying or when he said guinea pig kisses?
Guinea pig kiss.
Vagina. It's so dry.
I had like a physical reaction to that. He also says Anali blew up out of nowhere and started packing her suitcase. And I'm like, bro, were you not there when you were interrogating her about a stripper? Like, were you not there?
No, because she just blew up out of nowhere.
So it's the day of their wedding. They have like I think it's like 8 hours to go. He said he only got 3 hours of sleep because between being stressed out about Anali and the guinea pigs fighting, he couldn't get to sleep.
What? Oh, like, wow.
I can't with this man. I cannot.
There's a lot of people at their wedding compared to the other weddings.
Yeah, that's true. It looked like probably more than 30. Definitely more than 10.
Yeah. What did you think of the crying
They used that as a fake out. They used that to make it seem like he was crying about
in
Anali
the
not showing up.
previews? Yeah.
Yeah, but he was crying about his brother who passed, and I thought the memorial they had from in the front row was pretty sweet. I feel like Cameron is being really sweet to him, but I can also I felt through the screen that Cameron was maybe regretting his choice to be here. Like
100 like, I wrote, "He's a fish out of water." He's like It's like, "Look, I've known this quote unquote best friend for 15 years. I didn't even know he had a brother. All of us didn't know he had a brother." He says guinea pig kisses, and what am I supposed to do? He's crying.
I know, like first of all, I didn't get even a little bit drunk at this bachelor party, and now I have to console him about his fiance maybe not showing up, and now he's crying about his brother. And
Yeah.
I'm the best man and I don't even have a jacket as part of my suit.
No, no.
What's going on?
Well, I think it's better because Clayton's outfit. Should we jump to that?
Wait, I just wanted to
Oh, the mom.
the mom texts Clayton and says she doesn't want Annalie to complain to her every day, which like how did you interpret that?
I was just confused. Like, it didn't make sense. I was thinking, why did the mom message him at all? That is so not her place. I couldn't tell if she was trying to sabotage, their relationship or help it. Is she for this wedding?
Well, it seems like she's for it because she told Annalie she needs to keep moving
Moving
forward
forward,
and
yeah.
get married. But then, like, is she saying, like, she doesn't want Annalie to complain to her every day, as in Annalie needs to shut the fuck up, or he needs to get his act together? Like, I couldn't really tell.
I would say, well, I would think, is it Annalie should leave so she doesn't complain to her every day, or
Oh.
Clayton needs to act right?
I mean, I think, yeah, Clayton needs to act right is the overt meaning. But then, yeah, I don't know what the subtext is. And then they go to Cameron and his ITM, and Cameron says they both had big reactions last night and they haven't had great communication in their relationship. Again, this man is like, can I please get the fuck out of Indiana?
Yeah.
I live in San Diego. I could be eating tacos on a beach right now. I'm here and I'm not even drunk.
So, wrinkly shirt,
Yep.
silk lapel on the jacket,
Yep.
and fake flowers.
And no tie or bow tie.
Yeah, you're
I thought
right.
that was
I
weird. And then Cameron and the gigantic other groomsmen
Who is that massive man?
don't have ties either and no jackets. It's very weird. It's very, very weird.
It might be this mystery giant couldn't get a jacket that fit him, so in
Maybe.
order to be uniform.
He asks Cameron if he looks good, and he says, "You look fine with the coat on." And Cameron's like, "What?" He's like, "I'm your best man, not your best liar."
This guy's funny.
And then, like, Cameron Clayton's, like, legitimately worried about Annalie not showing up because he hasn't heard from her all day. She didn't respond to his guinea pig kisses. And he's like, "What do I do?" And Cameron's like, "I don't know, cry. That's probably like the worst thing ever."
No, and then it was that she listened to it or got it
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
didn't respond. He goes, that's worse.
I think Cameron is just wreaking havoc because he didn't get to do cocaine during the bachelor party like he wanted. He's like, "I flew all the way out to Indiana. There wasn't a single kernel of cocaine."
There's this relatively large crowd full of just a bunch of people that all walks of life, shapes, sizes, level of sobriety. I don't know who they are.
Yeah.
The sister, Brandy, is, I'm guessing, maid of honor. And
Yeah.
I don't know what I think about her dress, but her
It's
her
fine.
whole friendly reminder, it's
I love her.
5:54.
She like care it I love that the maid and man of honor are both sick of this shit. They wanna go home. They'd rather be drunk. Like, both of them.
Yeah.
Like, Brandy just looks pissed to be there. Cameron he's been there for 48 hours and he's done.
And the poor guinea pigs. They just wanna go home.
So the guinea pigs are set up in, like, the room that they were sharing. So, if she does show up and they have their, like, first quote unquote night together as a married couple, there's gonna be guinea pigs shitting and squeaking at the end of their bed as they, like, consummate the marriage.
That's so romantic. It's the that's the guinea pig kiss dream. You're right, that does seem really unsanitary.
He could, like, barely get around the guinea pigs when he was leaving to go to the venue.
I mean, she has the ick for a reason.
Yeah, for real. So, yeah, they kinda leave us on a cliffhanger. Everyone's there. She's 30 minutes at least late. I have a feeling she just shows up, fashionably late. She's just taking her time.
Yeah, I think that it's a fake out, unfortunately, because I would love for her to escape.
I'm also curious, like, who's bringing her to the venue? Like, Cameron's already there, Brandon's already there, mom's already there. Like, who's driving her?
Yeah, so very good point, as well as why is everyone down at the altar if the bride wasn't even there?
Yeah.
Like, okay, maybe the guests sat down, but
Maybe that's why it's fakery.
yeah.
I don't know.
Hmm.
Sus.
Sus. Want to do Justigor and Nikki?
Oh my god, I can't wait for them to be over. This shirt thing was hilarious, but it also seemed like Nikki made that shirt and told him what to do.
No, that was pure love. He is her number one fan. I see how you would think that Nikki made this shirt, but if Nikki made this shirt, she would make it well, and that shirt was the image was placed weirdly.
No, it was
Like,
supposed to be like his butt cheeks were the boobs. That's why they had his
oh,
butt crack blurred out because he had his
I thought
pant
he was just like plain
no, he had his
with the
pants
butt
down on
stuff.
purpose.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go back and look at that. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I don't think Justin has the enough brain cells to think of that
But he is pretty funny.
in like a
Rude way.
Moldovan dad sense, yeah. So in the ITMs, they ask her what the state of the relationship with Justigor is, and she says, "I'm in a positive state. We made love after the engagement celebration, so my coochie's happy, his pee-pee's happy, everybody's happy." That's all it takes.
Oh.
That's all it takes. You can have knockdown, drag out fights, but as long as
Yeah.
You have sex, everything's fine.
They sound like Ashley and Manuel.
Nikki wishes she could be as charming as Ashley.
You're so right.
She fucking wishes.
So they go to say goodbye to Justigor's mom, Maya, and she just reminds me more and more of Nikki. Wearing these bright red pants and
Yeah.
bright red heels.
Bleached out hair.
Yeah.
I Nikki says it's so emotional to say goodbye, and I'm like, "You don't speak the same language, and this is literally, like, the 3rd time you've seen her in your life."
It's okay to have feelings. No, it's not. No, she's milking it. It's annoying.
Yeah. I also noticed so, like, remember when we met Nikki and she was flying to Moldova, she was on the plane in, like, a full body fake leather outfit with a full face of makeup and, like, huge heels on. They're going to the airport and she's wearing just, like, what looks like a comfy outfit and no makeup, and, like, hopefully she doesn't smell like she poured a whole bottle of perfume on herself. And I'm like, "So you can be not crazy looking in public."
I mean, wait, so are you saying that she always had it in her to kind of tone it down?
Yes.
Or or was like 2 or 3 weeks, however long she was there, she, I don't know, chilled out?
Maybe because she just got laid. Maybe she just didn't have it in her. Maybe he wore her out the night before.
That's a good point. And that would solve both of their problems. He wants her to tone down her look, and she wants more sex.
Yep, you're right.
Okay,
We
we've
fixed
solved
their
it.
relationship.
We have fixed their relationship.
Maya gave her a grocery bag of jewelry.
Yeah, I did not understand that. I thought it was gonna be like pastries or something.
I know. Very interesting.
So they're in the car, and I don't remember how it started, but she says kind of like jokingly, "And if you ever cheat on me, I'm gonna cut your dick off."
He asked her, "How many dicks must you cut to be happy?"
She has a dick cutting plan. They both got a good laugh out of that.
I know. I think it's so this is what weirds me out about them, like, him having this very specifically Moldovan fuck buddy thing going on was, like, devastating for her, and now she's like, "Ha, ha, 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 don't cheat on me. LOL. Giggles. Don't cheat on me, I'll cut your dick off."
Yeah.
You know, like, what the fuck? I thought this was, like, a huge sore point, and you almost went home.
Maybe she's a better actress than we give her credit for.
It's creepy. I don't like it. They don't make me feel safe.
I agree.
What do you think of their goodbye at the airport?
They were making out a bunch, which was very different than what how he was typically acting like
I
throughout
guess,
the
yeah.
trip, basically. And I was kind of jealous because I try to make out with Brody at the airport and he never lets me. What'd you think of that? The
She
goodbye.
has, like, 3 personal items, so I didn't like
Oh,
that.
I wrote that down too. Come on. Why'd she bring that little kitten caboodle
I don't know.
and her crossbody bag?
Who is she? Riley going to Vietnam with his teddy bear backpack? Yeah, I thought it was good that he was making out with her, but his face is so blank. Maybe that's just being an Eastern European thing, but, like,
Mm.
he just looks so wooden, and he was, like, waving goodbye, but then the ITM, he's like, "It's so hard to live without your woman."
My woman, I want more minutes, not
Yeah.
seconds, minutes.
I also noticed that when she's, like, filming herself getting on the plane that she has, like, a really intense filter on.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yep.
Oh, Nikki. What a weirdo.
Yeah. Justigor. What an even bigger weirdo.
Yes.
Yeah, Robin Sophie.
Yes.
I've never been more confused.
5 days to wed. We skipped 2 weeks.
I'm glad you
2
kept
weeks
of her
gone.
mom being there.
2 weeks of her mom being there. Poof. Where's the footage? What happened?
Is there conspiracy?
I don't know. What the fuck happened? Why
We
are we
need
jumping from
answers.
19 days in the last episode to 5 days to wed? Bizarre. Also, there's a vending machine in Rob's backyard, and I just noticed it. Looks like a broken vending machine.
Okay, so I was thinking, so it is a shared courtyard, but
Maybe, yeah.
he might have just stolen it. Okay. Did you notice that he said, if your mom's finna be there, I'm not gonna come in? He said finna.
I think that's a Southern thing. He's from Kansas, right? That's like a future thing. I'm finna fix my car. That's like I'm going to.
Okay. I didn't know it was a Southern thing. I thought it was a Rob being annoying thing, and I
Oh.
also thought that it was a Scottish thing because I don't know if you ever watch Outlander, but he says weird things like that.
Well, I don't think Rob is Scottish.
I know, so I was like, "Where is he getting this from?"
No, that's definitely a Southern
Okay,
thing.
thank God you're here.
Yeah.
I think everything about their mindset right now is unhealthy and a bad idea. They're just focused on the wedding. They're prioritizing peace and hope that he'll change after the wedding.
When has he changed ever? He's the same passive aggressive piece of shit he was the whole time. She basically gives him a pass because the mom is like, "Did he drop you off at the florist?" She said, "Yeah." And mom's like, "Well, why didn't he just come in and like break the tension and just show me, give each other a little bit of grace and just say hi?" And Sophie just says, "He's Rob. He's going to do what he's going to do." Fucking gross.
Because they're prioritizing peace. So she didn't want to tell him to act right. She just was going to deal with her mom instead.
It's okay. They'll be together for like 3 years. It's fine. Claire, so the way that they shot this, I don't know if that's how it all went down, but like the way that they shot this was so funny to me. The florist is like, "What are your wedding colors? Pink and blue." "Okay, I think I have some stuff to show you." They go to like the walk-in
Mhm.
refrigerator. Turn around, she's like, "Oh, I don't really like that color." And then it cuts to like Claire and Sophie standing in the same place, and Claire's like, "So are you arguing right now?" And I'm like, "Is the florist right here?"
Yeah. Gets gets all the dirty details.
Like, are you talking about your impending failed marriage while this florist is waiting for you to pick a fucking rose color? Like, what?
Yes. Yes. They're class acts, okay?
Like, or like, how far in advance do you get your bouquet?
Well, okay. You're right. Because it looked like they made the bouquet for her. And
Right?
then what, she's just gonna like keep it alive for 5 days and
Yeah.
it's gonna be fresh? No. I got my like not my like the like smaller wedding. We picked it up the morning of,
That's what I
which
assumed.
would be like what she did, what she would have done.
It was weird
But
to me.
yeah.
Yeah. So then smash cut to 2 days to wed. What is
Mhm.
happening?
They're boring. They're like working out and being like bad at working out.
I wonder if they redid some episodes because they got so much feedback on social media about how much people hate Rob. So like, okay, we gotta cut some shit. We gotta redo some shit before like the end of the season. Like
You
this
think
guy's
they do
getting
that?
suckier and suckier. They have. They've like shit's come out about different cast members and they've like recut whole episodes to try and like cut them
Ooh.
out. Yeah, so they can do that. They have the technology. Sophie asked Rob about his wedding night lingerie, and he's like, "Oh, you want me to wear a banana hammock thong?" And he has one.
Yes. It was his idea, I'm sure. He probably was like,
Okay.
"You know what? You should ask me, and then I'm gonna act like a little twerp, and then I'm just gonna, like, pull one out."
Did I tell you that apparently Rob is on OnlyFans showing his butthole?
Oh, you didn't tell me about his butthole, but you told me he was on OnlyFans. Oh my goodness, tell me, is it bleached?
I haven't investigated. I've just heard on other podcasts that he's on OnlyFans and apparently his show and hole and apparently his he has like a rhinestone studded butt plug.
I am so happy to know that.
I'm I'm so curious if that means like they met on OnlyFans somehow because she's on OnlyFans. And, like, maybe this whole thing about, like, them meeting on Instagram was, like, kind of the sanitized version of that?
Wait, she's on OnlyFans too?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Am I the only one not on OnlyFans?
Probably, yeah.
Fuck. Then yes, I'm going to agree with you.
Okay. Okay, so then what did I am
I don't
I was
understand what's happening.
no. I was really upset by the logistics of or the mom's logistics getting to Santa Barbara. It made me mad.
Wait, what do you mean?
So she had a hotel, and for some reason, she's staying on the floor in this studio apartment for the night. Then Rob and Sophie are going up to Santa Barbara before the wedding to like hang out. And then the mom is going to Uber from LA to Santa Barbara the morning of the wedding.
Oh, I didn't catch that Uber thing. I all of it was confusing to me. I didn't know why she would ever stay at that apartment, why they would
Right.
wanna put another grown adult in that apartment,
Yeah.
and yeah. Okay, let's think what how this makes sense. Maybe she's gonna use his apartment as a love shack while they're already in Santa Barbara that one day.
Oh, yeah, she's single.
Yeah, and maybe the hotel was sold out. So she was like, "Okay, I'll just, like, get my bearings, pick a fight, and then."
She she even, like, says when he's being passive aggressive as an asshole, though, she's like, "I don't need to be here, I can go to a hotel," and I'm like, "Why don't you? You
Why
should."
didn't you stay there?
Yeah, why? I don't understand anything about this. I'm assuming that she's staying with them for the drama because we get some. It's kinda short-lived, but we still get some. So, that's the only thing I can think of.
The way that the show kind of unveiled Claire staying at the apartment was as if Rob was just finding out about this 5
Yes.
minutes before she was showing up, and I was like, "Why?" Okay, sorry. It must just be for the show, because I'm thinking if she was gonna stay, yeah, why wouldn't you already have the air mattress out and all of that versus when you've picked a fight because you just say something rude about how she better not complain about the size of the apartment, and then you're like, "Well, maybe I could make her feel better about staying here and make her bed."
I think these producers absolutely hate Rob and that they knew this would show him at his worst because, like, everything that you would, like, predict Rob to do, he does. He has no ability to make a good impression or, like, see beyond himself. Like, he loves to pout. I do not understand how you can like feeling sorry for yourself that much. You need to go over there and make him do sit-ups and squats.
Yeah. I was telling Roxy how I instituted a no pouting rule with my 8-year-old nephew, and that if I catch him pouting, he has to do 10 push-ups, sit-ups, or squats, and he was working out a lot today.
I'm like still amazed you got him to do that.
Yeah, he listens to me for some reason.
You're a great coach. Good
Yeah.
coach. Claire arrives and Rob just doesn't go to help her with her suitcase. He just makes a comment about her big ass suitcase and then just like throws the blow up mattress at her and goes and sit back on the bed. I'm just like, wow, you could not be less less unhospitable.
Yeah. Okay. I know our upbringings were different, but I do not know what my mom would do to me if she saw me acting like that.
Yeah.
Just so not welcoming, just rude, not speaking to your guests, not like
I also like Claire tries to break the tension by confronting it. And he just plays dumb and passive aggressive. And I think this really highlights his deep insecurity because he doesn't want to confront the fact that he has created this tension by being a piece of shit. Because then that would mean he would have to admit that he's wrong in some way.
but that would never happen. He's never wrong.
And
Oh, he's just a piece of shit. Sorry, but keep going.
like he makes the bed, like he realizes he's being a dumb shit. I'm just like, why can't you just get your head out of your ass in the first place? Like he completely knows that he's in the wrong. And I also don't understand why he would continue to create this loop, this pattern of behavior
Mhm,
with
mhm.
his wife's mother, who again is living in Mexico, not England. She's very close. She's
Yeah,
gonna be in your life. Why are you like actively trying to make this relationship worse?
because 'cause you're a dum dum.
Ugh.
But, okay, is it kind of like a form of, like, self-hate? I'm probably thinking about this incorrectly because sorry, listening to you talk about, like, kind of the psychology behind, like, what he's doing, and then I was thinking about, like, myself as a host or just, like, in general. Like, I treat people how I would want to be treated, like, going into someone's house. Not that I expect to have the same, like, level of whatever, but, I want someone to feel welcomed. I want them to feel like they, like, are wanted there, not just welcomed, and
Mhm.
the fact that Rob doesn't do any of that, is that, like, some sort of he knows he's a shithead?
He definitely does, and I think that that's also a way for him to have power. Like, this passive aggressiveness, I think that's a form of control for him
Yeah.
because he's like, "Oh, she's trying to confront me and I'm too insecure to get into I'm too insecure and stupid to get into this conversation. So I'm just going to play dumb and hope it goes away." And then I think he's like he doesn't I think being seen as like hospitable for some reason is like weakness to him. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I see that. Because you're not like a man just doing what you want.
Again, I don't understand why she wants to be there and sleep on the floor, but
I like my idea. She's gonna make it her love shack. Yeah. Should we go to Sam and Citra?
oh boy, yeah.
Okay. So they're already married, but they're doing an a quote American wedding ceremony.
Mhm.
And we can't have a Christian pastor marry them because I think that they kind of said two different things. That one, the Indonesian family would think that they're getting married in a Christian ceremony, and Herman, right? That's the dad's name.
Yeah.
Would be worried that the pastor would do some sort of religious stuff and doesn't want it to, I guess, like risk it almost.
Yeah, he's very specific. He doesn't want a wedding with any holy book besides the Quran. And I think this also speaks to how little Sam has like thought about his life as a Muslim because that just didn't cross his mind. He's like, "Oh, well, you got a priest at your wedding. That's what you do." I f- I feel like Citra might have been lying when she said that the imam was invited but he couldn't make it and the priest was the only person available
Wait, why do you think she was lying?
to make her dad feel better about the priest being there and to like cool it.
Oh, and not just like Sam's a ding dong.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. The whole drama around it was totally manufactured. Even if he didn't know that his brother was ordained, he's like, "We've only got 2 hours. Like, if we don't do it now, then we can't ever do it." And it's like, well, first of all, you're already married, right?
Yeah.
And I think she's been here for 2 weeks. So, no, you've got some more time to do if you wanna do this. And you know what? You can pick someone random because you can get ordained online in about 5 seconds.
But Piv, they put like 10 mismatched chairs out on the lawn. You can't that was a lot of work. There's no way they could do that
Where
the
were
next
they?
day.
Where were they?
They were in the lawn behind the like farmhouse that they rented.
It it was so sparse and just I don't know, maybe I thought aliens were gonna come out of the sky.
That would be sick.
It was just I was like, "Is this a wedding venue?"
No, it's just like a lawn. There's like a random garage. There's like random farm equipment.
Do you think
Um,
that the Airbnb hosts know that they were hosting a wedding on their property?
Absolutely not. Hopefully they don't watch 90 Day and they're like, "What
Yeah.
the fuck?" Did you notice that when Sam explains the wedding process, like, okay, we get ready separately, and then Herman walks you down the aisle, and then we say our vows, and then we kiss, that the sisters go, ew.
Yeah.
I
Ew.
don't think they
The
like
sisters
Sam.
have the ick.
So, yeah, they figured out they figured out the officiant thing. The priest makes it all the way there though. That was pretty rude.
Right?
Call him, tell him not to come.
Yeah,
He looked a little bit pissed.
totally. And, like, you're not I guess you are firing the priest, but it's just like, "Hey, we can't use you. Thanks for coming," or Yeah, why didn't you stop this guy from coming? Also, why are you literally asking your brother to officiate the wedding while people in front of everyone while people are seated for the wedding?
Why is your brother wearing a backwards hat as a
Yeah.
guest and then doesn't take it off to officiate the wedding? What the
Yeah.
fuck, Luke? This whole family is nuts.
And then we find out that Sam's mom was gonna come to their wedding, but that the grandma got sick, so she couldn't
Yeah.
come.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, these everyone in this family is good at lying
Yeah, it's
for,
bad.
I don't know, saving face.
Yeah. But yeah, Herman's on board with his brother officiating. I can see how like having a relative, even if that relative is baptized some Christian denomination, would be better than having a priest who's like kind of like the beacon of
True.
that practice.
Yeah.
So dad sees her in her wedding dress and says she looks like Cinderella. I thought that was pretty cute.
Aw.
And then we learned that her mom passed away, which is why she's not there, and that she and her dad became best friends after she passed.
Mhm.
That was kind of hard to
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah. The dad Herman tells Citra that they found a an officiant that Luke was
Uh-huh.
gonna and she did not seem happy. None of them seemed happy or excited that, "Wow, whew, we dodged this bullet." Like,
Yeah.
what are the odds?
Well, it's just like Sam is fucking up again, and everybody else has to pick up the pieces. This is going to be her life because this man cannot get it together. She does say Luke marrying them is just like when Joey married Chandler on Friends,
Yes, that's
which I
true.
didn't remember that, but
She
cool.
did.
Who did Chandler marry? Oh, Monica.
Monica, yeah.
That's right. Okay.
So we walks down the aisle. He says shit, like she looks good. There's 10 people there.
Yeah.
And then he proposes to her.
She's so confused.
As she should be. And she she had a little quip of or quick comeback of, "Yeah, that's why I'm here."
I thought it was a sweet gesture from him, but I would be upset if I was that confused at the altar.
Why is it a sweet gesture?
He wanted her to have a proper ring before, they had their wedding bands, I guess. But they did get married earlier in the morning, so he could have done it the day before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Logistics with these people. It's not
Yeah.
working out.
Not so good.
No.
So Luke is reading like the officiant whatever off his smartphone. Citra looks confused. Did they do their own vows or did they just say I do?
They just said I do.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Very simple, I guess.
Yeah.
Sam didn't think to write anything beforehand or tell Citra to write
No.
anything,
Yeah. And
so
she's like,
whatever.
yeah.
He is so into her. He's so ready to do
Mm-hmm.
sex.
Yeah. For the first time.
Are they gonna fuck in the same house as her dad in
Oh
this
my God.
farmhouse?
I really hope not. Also, on the next time on, why are we seeing any of that? I didn't need to.
No. Oh my god, no. Ugh. So bad. So gross. Who do we have? Do we just have Gino and Jasmine left?
Yeah.
They got
Gino, they
married.
got married. They finally did it after 3 seasons.
And Gino brought a backup hat just in case. I don't know what could happen to his original hat between, like, the car and the venue, but he's got a backup.
So she's getting dressed with the hair and makeup artist at their house, and he's already there, and Coco jumps out of his little scooter.
I said Coco yeets himself out of the stroller, doesn't want to be anywhere near this.
Yeah. But then he has like a little outfit on for the ceremony. Were there 5 people at their wedding?
10, 5 on each side of the aisle.
Holy smokes. I guess
And they
it's
didn't
only his
even
family.
use the barn that they went and visited.
You're right. And then
It was
the
just
reception was in just a room.
yeah. I'm like, "What is all of this?" I thought it was sweet that Marco volunteered to walk Jasmine down the aisle, even though he looked like he was going to a funeral. Like, this suit seemed very dour to me. Marcos said, "I think Gino had a crazy ass idea. I thought it was nuts. But now that I've met her and seen them and I see how beautiful her heart is, feel
Oh,
good about her." All
that's
right,
good.
Marco.
That's sweet.
Just don't
Yeah.
try and make her any of your nasty ass pasta,
At
Marco.
first at first, when they said that Marco was gonna walk her down the aisle, I was thinking, "Why? That's so weird. That's totally overstepping." But then Jasmine seemed totally on board.
I've been to one wedding recently where the bride walked herself down the aisle. Is that like a trend that you've seen?
Not necessarily a trend, but my sister walked herself down the aisle,
Mhm.
because my dad passed away when I was a kid, as you know, and she wouldn't let my mom walk her down.
That's weird. I thought it was sweet that your mom walked you down the aisle.
Yeah, thanks. I don't think it's a trend, but I guess if you don't have a close relationship with a parent or you think that the idea of it is backwards, of this whole, like, giving giving them away.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've heard. But now that I'm saying it, I'm like, oh, Jasmine doesn't give a shit about patriarchy. She loves it.
Yeah. Tell me what you thought about her hair.
I wrote down what is happening when the artist was just like smearing her hair against her head. Like, I get that people like that quote unquote like clean girl aesthetic, but I feel like it's kind of it doesn't feel very wedding to me. Or like maybe if she had had some like some kind of she has like a beautiful naturally textured hair. Like why not work with that the day of, you know?
Yeah, I didn't mind the simple look of the hair,
Mhm.
especially because the dress was so
Oh, good point. Yeah.
detailed.
Mhm.
She seemed really into her veil, which is
Yeah.
great. But why did they not smooth out the flyaways on her neck?
Oh.
That was bothering me. It's all I could look at.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought the makeup artist did a really good job on her makeup. I thought she looked
Mhm. She looked beautiful. Her teeth looked awesome, and her boobs. And so that's probably
boobs were a
why I was
highlight.
so pissed that I kept looking at the flyaways on her neck. I just wanted to look at her boobs.
I don't think you could not look at her boobs though. The she's talking to the makeup artist about how she's really interested to see what kind of vows Gino writes because he's so quote unquote special. And who knows what he's gonna come up with. I'm like, you're calling your fiance like slow, basically. Thought it was really weird. And then she calls her sister when she's getting ready, who is not Liz.
It's a different one.
Liz is the 19-year-old who she's
Yeah.
saying is her sister, who's definitely her daughter,
Yeah.
to show off her look.
Yeah. Calls her real sister, not her daughter.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, she looked really, really pretty. Seems like I just can't. I'm just like, okay, your wedding is like 10 people on a lawn. Why did you have to like go this big on like the dress and everything? It just seemed like not proportional to the audience.
Especially
But
with the low bun.
yeah, it was just like a lot. I guess Citra's dress was simpler and she like literally she didn't care about any of it. Like Jasmine has made a stink about the
Mhm.
the dress and everything. Citra was like, I don't know, do I need a dress? Like what's happening? You know?
Yeah, yeah. There was a very long walk. Uncle Marco and Jasmine were walking a very long time to get
Yes.
to the altar, and Gino's faces were made me feel uncomfortable, made me laugh, made me happy. And then he just says, "Wow."
Yep. He made so many different faces. Oh, did you notice Dana as she was walking with Marco? He goes, "Oh my gosh, it's all happening," but he's like manhandling Coco and like like why is this? Put the dog down. Just put
Yeah.
the dog down.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. And what do you think about their vows?
I thought his were special, and I thought hers was straight out of a telenovela.
The two most important days of a person's life. The day they're born and the day they discover why.
You are my wife, Gino.
I cannot think of anything more depressing.
I was born for you.
Gino being my
No.
why. He can barely get out Te amo muchísimo. I couldn't tell if it's because he doesn't know how to speak any Spanish or because he was that choked up.
I don't
Maybe a
know if
little
he
bit of
was
both.
I think he was more nervous being in front of people
Maybe, yeah.
speaking Spanish, because I don't think he was choked up from emotion, or it didn't seem that way to me. And I should have asked we should have discussed this a long time ago, but his goatee is really it's short. It almost looks like a 5 o'clock shadow, but then his cheeks never have, like, a hint of facial hair.
I don't think he can grow facial hair besides the goatee. I think that's why he has the goatee.
But I would okay, you're basically, to me, it looks like he got his cheeks lasered. Like, it's this stark difference.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Maybe. I don't like his goatee. I don't it like look it just it looks very straggly a lot of the time. Can you tell I don't think Gino's attractive?
yeah, their photo session. She looks stunning. She
I
looks
know.
picture perfect awesome.
And then she's like, "Can you put your arm around her?" And then he like has to try like 8 different like positions. He's so awkward.
He takes the hat off for her, and it's so
Amazing.
awkward.
And you can see his weird little patch on the back of his head that he trims but does not shave.
I need to tell you that Special K has that hairstyle. It's just well, okay, it's not totally bald, but it's like he might as well be completely bald on the top of his head, and then for some reason, from, like, his ears down, there's hair.
Well, isn't that when don't newborns have like a special kind of hair that like falls out?
Sure, maybe, but the way that it's falling out is comical.
He's like a duckling, you
And
know?
maybe that's what happened to Gino.
He never had hair on the top of
He
his head.
never had hair.
So they have their reception in this room. I'm assuming they just like did a dinner there.
Yeah.
And then Gino's like, and we have an announcement. And they say they're going to start trying to have a baby, which is the
So
dumbest,
uncomfortable.
most uncomfortable, embarrassing thing to announce to a bunch of people, especially when you're as old as they are. Like,
Yes.
nobody gives a fuck that you're trying. Good, great for you, you fuck.
Yeah, exactly. It's very, like, vulnerable, like, they're making themselves very vulnerable by doing that announcement because of their age, and just in general, there's so many complications that can happen.
She says she's 38. I do not think
36.
that's 36. Oh my God. She says she's 36, already a geriatric pregnancy, but she's definitely lying about how old she is.
Yeah.
And then Gino's a billion years old. So yeah, their chances of being fertile are like, I just don't understand why they needed to do this.
The
So
drama.
uncomfortable.
It's setting us up for happily ever after.
Right. Which they're on.
Can you tell me whose massive jacket she was wearing?
I had that question and I don't remember who his relationship to Gino, but there was like a guy at the end of the table that didn't have a jacket on, and I'm assuming it was his.
I'm sorry. Weird, weird, weird. If you thought you were gonna be cold and you have that expensive dress,
Yeah.
think about it.
Yeah.
Ask them to turn up the heat.
She literally said in her vows, I moved across the world to the coldest place I've ever known to be with you.
It's true. It's true.
And didn't bring a little shrug to keep her
No.
warm.
Yeah. But also, Gino, you give her your jacket.
Also
Okay,
that, yeah, good
you look
point.
like a weirdo.
So next time on, we get to see Ashley have another panic attack in the car. Woo!
It seems intense.
They're on the way to the ceremony site and they're gonna get married in a storm? Question mark. Sam and Citra fuck and then immediately start talking about his impending court date. So that's hot. Sophie and Rob get ready for their wedding. She appears to have a mini dress on that she didn't try on
I
in that scene with
know.
her mom. And it looks like she's getting cold feet. Justigor breaks up with Nikki? Question
Why am I smiling? I'm like,
mark.
yeah, hopefully.
They're gonna put, if they're really broken up, they're gonna put her on the single life toot sweet. I bet.
Beautiful.
And then they show Anali's suitcase, but I think it's a fake out because they don't show her
Yeah.
like getting on a plane.
Yeah. So, would you like to fuck, marry, or kill Sophie's florist, Jasmine's makeup artist, or Pastor Dan from Sam and Citra?
Wow. This is great. I'm going to marry the florist because I love fresh flowers. And so I think she'd probably be able to bring me those a
Yeah,
lot.
I like that. Yeah.
She also seemed very patient having those dumbasses in her shop wasting her time.
Yeah.
Probably going to have to. I actually did think that the makeup artist was kind of hot and I liked her hair. And
Mm.
like maybe she could do my makeup. We could go out dancing and then bang all night.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah. And maybe she could give me some pointers. I'm not saying that will be, like a long-term thing, but if she could just give me some pointers before we bang it
Yeah.
out.
That's what they call friends with benefits.
Yeah. And then I'll have to kill the pastor, I guess. No hard feelings, just that's how it's shaken out.
I'm not proud of this, but I'm gonna marry the florist for similar reasons.
Okay.
Fresh flowers, seemed pretty cool, had her own business.
Mhm.
I cannot get over the flyaways on the neck. I have to kill her. And so that leaves me fucking a priest.
That's pretty, what's the word? Yeah, that's pretty risque. So there's that. Did you ever watch Fleabag?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
No. Hot priest.
Yeah.
God, that's such a good show. All right, that's all for us this week. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great week.
Yeah. More stupidity next week.
Totes. Bye.
Bye.